ZUPPA TOSCANA. This soup, so much better than Olive Garden. I can't quit eating this stuff. Man, it's so tasty. And a little cheesy. That was just a garnish. But it's so tasty. It's got hot Italian sausage, bacon, potatoes, cream. Yum, yum. So good. Hey, this is Simple Cooking Made Simple. I'm the Carolina Chef. So keep watching this video and find out how to make this full recipe to make your tummy say yum, yum. Because it will. It's so tasty. So tasty. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and let's play. So first we'll go over our ingredients that we'll be using. I have one onion finely chopped, some green onion finely chopped, half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, a teaspoon of fresh thyme, a half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, and 3 garlic cloves finely chopped. So far I've got 4 potatoes, and they're sliced up about 1/4 inch. So I just took and halved them and just making nice half slices that are about 1/4 inch. So you want to put these in cold water and then rinse them once you finish cutting them, just to make sure you're getting them good and clean. And I would wash them before you cut them, but also a good rinse afterwards is good because it also helps get some of that starch off of there. And then we're going to cook these. We'll get them rinsed off real good, get them drained, and then we're going to cook them in 6 cups of chicken stock and start letting them cook down. And while that's cooking down and when these are cooking, we'll add some of our spices to this just so that the potatoes are getting well seasoned. And also we're not going to add salt to this recipe unless I really think we need it. I'm hoping this chicken stock will have enough flavor to it that we're not adding any salt, because we've already got bacon in this, we'll have sausage in this, and then the chicken stock has salt in it. So I'm just trying to cut down on our salt intake, but also make a wonderful flavored recipe using more spices. We're adding our 6 cup of chicken stock. And then we're going to add our Italian seasoning to this and our fresh thyme. Add our potatoes. And you're going to want to bring this to a boil, then turn it down and just kind of let it simmer. Let these potatoes become tender, and then we'll add the rest of our ingredients. So we have some bacon cooking up to get good and crisp because we want this fat from this bacon. So you want to chop up your bacon, and then like I said, we want to get this nice and crisp, and then we'll set it to the side and cook our hot Italian sausage. And make sure that you are stirring this around and making sure that all these sides are getting cooked. So our bacon's done cooking, it's nice and crisp. And we have a pound of hot Italian sausage that we're going to cook all the way through. And we're just going to keep breaking this apart as it cooks. Our sausage is about done. Now I'm going to add some flour, and this will just help give our soup a little bit more base. This is almost like you're going to make biscuits and gravy in a way, because this is just going to make a nice little roux and make our soup a little bit more creamier than brothy. And if you see that you still have some bacon fat in there, then you just want to add a little bit more flour to get all that soaked up. And we're going to let this cook a little bit so it'll cook that flour flavor out as well. I added a little bit more bacon grease in there just to saute our onions. And this will also kind of help deglaze the pan. And if you don't have bacon grease, you can always add some olive oil or some vegetable oil or some butter. We're just going to let these saute for about 5 minutes to where they're tender, and then we'll add in our garlic. Our onions are nice and soft. We're going to add our garlic cloves. And just mix all this goodness all together. This soup has so much flavor, guys. If you've never made it, I would suggest making it than going to Olive Garden to eat theirs. No offense to Olive Garden, it's good, but this recipe is so much better. It has so much more flavor. Go ahead and add our onions, garlic in. You talk about your house smelling good. Man, this stuff is awesome. And we're going to let this cook for another probably 5 minutes or so, just so these potatoes finish getting tender. While we're waiting on our potatoes to cook, we'll go ahead and get our kale cut up. We've already rinsed this, got the stem off of it. So I like to put it in here, kind of roll it up. And I'm using one whole bunch. Potatoes are nice and tender now. They're not falling apart, but they're getting close. Well, actually, there's one that's already kind of starting to fall apart. So we're going to start adding the rest of our ingredients. We're going to first add our sausage and get it stirred in real good. And all that flour should release, and this should start thickening up. Now we're going to add in our heavy cream. Oh yeah, it's already looking nice. And as I'm stirring, those potatoes are starting to break, so this was perfect timing. We're going to add in most of our bacon. We're going to leave some of it out for a little garnish. So I'm going to turn this down to a low simmer now. And just let this work and cook. And now we're going to add in our kale. And get it stirred in. We'll put the lid on and let this cook for about 5 minutes. Man, that smells good. One last thing before we do our little taste test. Grind up some fresh pepper. Finish up our black pepper here. And let's do a little stir. Look at all that goodness. And potatoes. Yum. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. And see, that little bit of flour just adds just the right amount of thickness to this. And then we're going to put some bacon, some more bacon on top. Some fresh green onions. And then one of my favorite things to add on is some fresh shaved Parmesan. Yum! This is going to be so good. Well, our soup is finished, the moment of truth. Then this will just tell us if we need to add any more salt or any more pepper. See if it's got the right spice. Making sure this ain't going to burn me because it's hot. Man, this hits home. Oh, I don't know what Olive Garden doesn't do to theirs. This is nice. Especially on a nice cold day like it is. Man, this is so good. A little thyme. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this recipe. I hope you make this and it is as wonderful as this is, and it's a nice cold day, so you're enjoying a nice bowl of Zuppa Tuscan. This stuff is just so yummy. So yummy. We want to thank you guys for watching, subscribing, commenting. We appreciate that. Please keep that up. Make sure you do the 4 S's. Smash that like button. Subscribe. Share with all your family and friends. Set your notifications. Thanks so much. God bless.